There's a belief in the twin flame space that if a connection feels intense enough, it must be destiny, that the depth, the pull, the emotional charge you get means that this is your person. But what if that intensity isn't confirmation? What if it's activation? Because when you're in one of these connections, when you're in a true twin flame connection, it doesn't feel casual. It feels magnetic, consuming. It feels like something in you recognizes them instantly. And a lot of people describe it as, I've never felt this way before. This has to mean something. There's no way this is random. And honestly, you're not wrong for feeling that because something very real is happening. There's often a level of familiarity that doesn't make logical sense. There's a depth that shows up so quickly and so intense, a sense of emotional exposure that feels almost immediate. Some people even interpret it as a past life connection, a karmic connection, some as soul recognition, and some as deep psychological mirroring. But regardless of the label, or regardless of how you're conceptualizing it, your nervous system experiences it as real. So this isn't about dismissing the connection. It's about understanding it more clearly. Because the issue isn't the intensity. The issue is what we've been taught to make it mean, or the issue is what we have translated it to mean for ourselves. Somehow we've come to believe that if it feels this strong, it must be right, or if it feels this deep, it must be meant to last. Or if I feel this pull toward them, I shouldn't walk away. But intensity doesn't equal alignment. Intensity equals activation. There's a big difference. Activation means something's been turned on inside of you. Your attachment patterns, your emotional wounds, your nervous system responses, your beliefs about love and connection. And that's why it feels so consuming. That's why it feels so important because it's touching something deeper than just surface level attraction. But activation doesn't automatically mean that this is your person or this is your only person. And this is where a lot of people get stuck because instead of asking, what is this bringing up in me? The focus becomes, how do I make this work? And that's where people start overriding their boundaries, tolerating inconsistency, staying in confusion, losing themselves in the process because the intensity convinced them it has to go somewhere. But here's the difference. Activation feels like emotional highs, emotional lows, anxiety mixed with attraction, inconsistency, and urgency. Alignment, on the other hand, feels like grounded connection, clarity, emotional safety, stability. You can have both, but intensity alone is not enough. A connection can be real, deep, even soul level, and still not be something you're meant to stay in. That doesn't make it any less sacred. It may simply mean that the connection, the relationship, its role was meant to wake you up, to open your heart, to bring patterns to the surface, to shift something inside you, not to become your long-term reality or your long-term relationship. So instead of asking, this is so intense, how do I not lose this? How do I hold on to this forever? Try asking this instead. This is intense. What is it showing me about myself? That is where your power comes back online. If you're in one of these connections now and you're trying to understand what's actually happening, I've put together free resources that help you sort through this in a more grounded, clear, and regulated way. They're in the description below. If this resonated, let me know in the comments what part of this hit for you.